I got, of course, as soon as I unmute, uh, I got headphones on. I don't know if I'm going to need them, but I'm going to use them. Uh, First of all, welcome everybody. Welcome to the channel, or to the round table. My name is Mello, and today we're going to finish up, or we're going to try to finish up this Daredevil gouache painting. But I think what I have in store today is I am going to be painting the majority of the background. I think DD here is pretty solid. I had to redo that arm. It was a little bit too short. It was actually kind of up here and it looked really weird. So I elongated it. I can't find my other pencil. I elongated it. This arm is thick. This one isn't. So I'm going to just eat. But that's pretty much it. So we're going to push it along. I may have a short. I'm going to keep it tight. 2 hours on today's stream, simply because I got to step away around 3:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. So put some background tunage. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear this. Maybe. I'm going to mute that. Even though I might be low. Please let me know if my volumes are low. Please let me know. Let me know if you can hear me at all. All right. Because I think what's happening, I think what's happening is these microphones have noise cancellation and it's accepting the background music and not my voice. And that's it's kind of sad. Anyway, let's get to it. I'll do my my welcome again. Welcome and welcome back, everybody. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello, and we're just gonna go ahead and start finishing up this Daredevil gouache painting. I started the figure yesterday. I drew him off stream. Let me lower that. Drew him off stream on my. Man, I already got schmutz all over the place. Clean up my brushes. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So make sure you guys say what's up when you come on. Make sure you say hello. It'd be greatly appreciated. Clean up my brush. So let's get to it. Um, it's going to be dark from the bottom upwards. The ninjas are going to be around the same color into dark. I want them to appear. Excuse me. Let me put this right. Put these microphones in my face. I've been having so much trouble just with audio issues. Look at this thing. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that helps. And hopefully I won't tax the system the way I did yesterday. Yesterday was pretty bad. I'm just checking the quality. All right, so far so good. Let's just keep going. I'm gonna have this microphone in my face. I don't know how comfortable I'm gonna be, but for you guys, I will suffer the great suffering. All right, I'm gonna just mix up this gray and get to it, man. And get to it. I'm gonna save this yellow, this earth yellow, to bring him out. But for now, let's see what this color looks like. That's not bad. Darken it up. There is no, I didn't treat this artboard in any way. So you'll see that it kind of like collects the water. It kind of like beads the water, but that's okay because that's going to allow me to do some proper mixing when that time comes. I'm going to get my tones in now. I'm going to try to incorporate him, DD, into the atmosphere with the ninjas. So this might end up becoming a bit messy, but I want it all to kind of blend in, and the only way I can do that is to gently reactivate the bottom colors. It's definitely too wet, but that's okay. We're gonna deal with it. So I left these colors, my palette here for the vertical. I left these this colors dry out. Man, I'm really hoping that it clears up on my horizontal. I apologize for all the pixelatedness. It was like that yesterday. It looks like it's going to be like that today. If anything, I am going to just cancel out of restream and do it directly through OBS or through YouTube itself. So I really do apologize and I appreciate your patience. I'm just monitoring it on the left. Some of these colors I'm going to have to refreshen up, like my white. Yeah, the only thing I've done different is, excuse me, add a microphone. So I really can't explain, I really can't see why the quality is so bad. So if it continues and you guys bear with me, I'm just going to monitor it for a few minutes. And if it still looks that bad, I am going to close out of it and redo the stream directly through OBS. Because wouldn't that be terrible? Do all this work just so that I could look bad? Nah, man. Yeah, and this pretty much happened yesterday. So, and it was kind of trash. All right. And it's kind of messing with my disposition here because I'm paying way too much attention to how bad it looks that I'm not concentrating enough on what I'm doing. I kind of threatened to shut it down, and it gotten a little bit better. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. It still looks pretty pixelated though, doesn't it? All right. I'm kind of bummed, y'all. I'm kind of bummed. All right. I'm going to use a smaller brush for now. I'm just trying to give shape to these. Yeah, you know what? I can't live with that quality. I am going to close out of this thing, and I'll meet you guys in a few minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Restream for the last 2 days has not been very good to me, to be quite honest. So I'm just going to close out of that real quick. I'm going to create a quick stream on the horizontal. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. And I'm on the clock. Other than that, how you guys? How is everyone? We're gonna do. What did I name this thing? Daredevil gouache painting. Now with ninjas. It's actually quite frustrating. It really does. You know what? We're gonna be alright. We're gonna be alright. Lemonade and everything, right? When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And we're gonna do right now. Just gonna say horizontal. And of course, all things will mess up when we need them the most. Here we go. I'm going to put up the new stream link. I don't know what's going on here. Well, that's odd because it says I'm live somewhere. There's the horizontal. They're both going on. I'm going to trust it. Check my audio. Alright, we sound good. Wait a minute. I sound like a robot on the horizontal. I don't know what's happening, peoples, but I do appreciate your patience. So while that is happening, that's not your fault in any way. It is completely mine. Remove that pin. It really is an embarrassment of riches right now. Ay, ay, ay. Here's the new, here is the new full desk stream. Okay. Any more delaying and I'm just gonna lose my mind. All right. That's done. That's done. We're using the lavalier. We're not using the. Hopefully you guys can hear me, and I'm not too low. I don't know which mic. I don't know which mic is on anymore. I'm just gonna put both microphones in my face, and we're gonna go from there. All right. That looks good. All my chats are up. Stream is up. I'm gonna close this. Anyway, I really do appreciate you guys indulging me and taking as I suffer through this. Dilla Ranger, how are you? Oh, brother, thank you for swinging through that. That helps me. I have been having an adventure just trying to stream here, and I have a self-imposed time limit today because I got some errands to run, and I just really wanted to work on this piece today while I had the opportunity, and it hasn't been a good time. But I hope you're doing good. All right, let's color in these ninjas. I apparently have too much water on my paints, so it's not sticking to the board the way I wanted to. But we're gonna be all right. We're gonna make do. That would just add some tension. Yeah, that's more the consistency that I was looking for, where I can blend the two and move them the way I want to. It's good to see you. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I was trying to do this drawing here, this painting, uh, for yesterday's premiere of season 2 of Daredevil. Not only did I not finish, but I didn't even watch the episode. Fraud. I didn't take a picture of this really so that I can keep my lines. So I can keep an eye on my lines. So I'm going to be winging this a bit, but that's okay because I think it'll add a little bit more joie de vivre into the forms. gives me an opportunity to practice the drawing while painting. If that makes sense. One thing I haven't done yet is do a full painting with no drawing, with no under drawing. I'm, but I don't know. There's a lot of things I haven't done yet with paint stat. I'm looking forward to doing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It has been developing a lot better than I expected. I did a, I did a, oh my lord, I did a. It's coming. The thought is coming. I did a Spider-Man painting last week, which kind of got rid of some of the jitters and questions that I had on how to use red paints. So I'm happy for that. So that helped with this, even though this was kind of spontaneous, kind of spontaneous. I say that because we all knew Daredevil was coming. I just didn't know. I didn't realize it was coming so quickly. All right, let's see if I can finish this. I don't want to rush my process either, so I need to slow down and kind of like enjoy it. There is no deadline for this. So that's also something I'm trying to incorporate into my work. Just slow down, enjoy the process, see it build in front of you, right? And gouache is one of those mediums that you need to slow down. Plus, I don't like to do this wash. This is too watery. I'm trying to. I think I may need to just add fresher paints to the palette. It's just not sticking the way I wanted to, the way it was yesterday. So, if you did see the episode yesterday, no spoilers, please. That would be very appreciative. You got to go? Well, okay. Thank you for swigging through. I really do appreciate your time. I hope you have a wonderful day. I see you back. Yeah, I see you. I see you. Dilla Ranger. I see you. It is getting warm and okay, that's gonna be dark. Light, light, light. Yeah, I tend to get really quiet. But please feel free if you have any questions or if you want me to explain something else or something that from what I'm doing that you see, ask away. But even though I didn't see it yesterday, I am looking forward to watching it today. That and the Invisible, the next episode of Invisible. All right, that's gonna be black. So we need some gray. All right, moving along now. This is really what I wanted to try to finish up today. I wanted to finish up the shading in the background. But I think I am going to need to re-add some fresh paints. But I have a feeling that, like yesterday, today is going to be a quiet stream, and I don't mind that at all, guys. I tell you what, as much as I appreciate you guys' company, there's no such thing as uncomfortable silences. So, so yeah, that's that. So I'm just trying to remove as much of the the white background as possible. I do have a cat. I have two cats. When you hear, when you hear, I'm gonna have to start adding her to my streams. She makes as much noise as I do. She's old. She's being taken care of. She's about 15, 16 years old, and she's deaf. So she has no volume control. I'm going to try to add some white to this, but I feel like there's really no easy way to open these tubes without twisting the heck out of this thing. Gunplay Freeham, how are you, sir? Oh, how are you, I should say. I'm using gouache, but I'm using Arteza, and it looks like it got stuck. And I don't want to keep twisting it. You see what I'm doing to this thing? I'm breaking it. It's kind of annoying. Here, that's kind of annoying. So I'm going to use, I'm using two types of paint. I'm using Arteza, which is these two gouaches, tube gouache. And of course, I'm using my trusty Hemi gouache. Hemi, where you at with that sponsor, bro? It'd be nice if Hemi would take care of me. Take care of me, Hemi. No, she's not deaf. She can't hear. She's deaf. Yes, but that's all right. Which is why she meows so loud, because she can't control her volume. Hopefully, it doesn't sound like too much bumping. I've been having so much trouble trying to figure out audio and all of that. That is really annoying. Talking and no one can hear me. Oh, audio issues. Yesterday, I had video issues where it was pixelated or it was not a very good stream yesterday. But we get it done. That's the point. You keep going. So I am going to put in as much work as humanly possible on this one today. Let me make sure you guys can see everything. Really, what I'm just doing with this background, I'm just trying to build atmosphere. And I'm going to go darker here. It's going to be pretty dark, pretty black in the shadows. But I need to build these ninjas here because they are going to blend into the background. Whoops, I needed that to be lighter. Let me see if this works here. But other than that, how are you? Are you do you draw? Do you do any of this stuff? Uh, both Gunplay and Dilla Ranger. Are you guys artists also? And forgive me if I've asked already. This paint is really thick now. So I don't know what the results are going to be. Rick Bulow, how are you, sir? Rick, was that a chicken on top of a dinosaur? That was awesome. Did I see that right? What are you saying, brother? Yeah, you're getting started on our collab at the start of the next month. Awesome. Awesome. I look forward to seeing it, man. I know it's going to look awesome. The murder chickens. Okay, what? That is hilarious. It was. It was. It was. It was cool to look at. It was great. But yeah, how have you been? Hopefully, you've been busy and working. You used it? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. You used it to find a new approach to do sketches. That was fast. That piece was only an hour in total. Made it much faster for me, and I'm going to use that in the future. Oh, that's awesome, man. I do too. I am always trying to find a different way to either be more efficient or creative. Uh, Last week when I did my Spider-Man painting, I grabbed the canvas thinking that, yeah, I grabbed the canvas thinking that I didn't need to like prep it or anything like that. And boy, was I wrong about that. What's it say? So Facebook disabled your account? Oh, that sucks. I hear you. But man, that sucks. I'm sorry they did that to you. All of these platforms really are. I wish there was a safer way for all of us to, artists and creators, or just in general, to be able to go and do this stuff here. Yeah, you got to treat it right. Yeah, man. So I grabbed the canvas and drew my Spider-Man, and then when I went to go and put some the first bit of wash on it, like an underpainting, it just sat on top like there was a protective layer, and I'm like, oh, that's right. So that was annoying, but learned something new. So I went and bought went and bought some clear gesso and some white gesso. So with the clear gesso, I'm going to use it on black canvases as I need it. I was thinking of adding splashes of red to indicate with the eyes, or splashes of just white, sharp white, because the ninjas. So I'm not quite sure, but I think this is a good start to their faces and their features where I can just keep adding to it. I don't want them to take too much attention from Big DD here, even though he's huge and he's red and he stands out. He's gonna stand out. What am I doing? But again, it was a good learning experience because I want to work on canvas more. I have some ideas and some projects that I feel will have more impact if I do them on canvas. Yeah, I wasn't too sure. I knew I wanted to cover all my pencils, Rick. And I know this isn't the last layer, so I might, because I know these highlights here are going to be more in pure white. I put it there as placeholders, and there's going to be more shadows. Obviously, it's going to be deeper than this, um, But I'll keep that in mind. I've been trying to, I'm not going to say avoid using black like that as an outline, even though I love using it as an outline. But I have thought about it. So if I can't push them enough, then you best believe I'm going to bring out the black. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, man. I've really been paying attention to, I guess, my influences and trying to learn. I've been watching a lot of Sky Arts on Amazon Prime. I've been watching the Portrait Artist of the Year competitions, and just sitting there, just visually wowed, and sitting back and taking notes of what these people are doing. These artists, these amazing artists, young and old, and trying to draw comics, comic characters. But I don't want to. I want to expand. See you later, Dilla Ranger. I appreciate you swinging through. I hope you have a fantastic day or evening. What is it? 7 o'clock where you are. So have an amazing evening. I appreciate you swinging by. I really do. Paint Coach on YouTube can also be helpful. The Paint Coach. I may have seen that channel. I'm also trying to be careful from watching so many. I'm trying to take in as much as I can and cherry pick, right? Because I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Right, you still always want to remain original to your artwork and your art style. But there's just some. But I hear you, man. If we're not always learning, if we're not always trying to feel get better, what are we doing this for? So we have to keep learning and experimenting. Yeah, man. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. Gunplay Freeham, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for always being supportive. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. trying to see here. I'm wondering. I'm gonna have to build these dudes a lot. Yep, too much water on that. Wise words, bud. So do not be scared that taking inspiration from people can ruin your style. It only does so if you let it. You're absolutely right. And Dylan Rangers pulling practical jokies. So Rick, I don't know if forgive me if I've asked the same questions more than once. You're going back to uh, traditional painting, right? Are you gonna do oils? I feel like I've asked that. And thank you, Dylan Ranger. I appreciate the compliment. Maybe. Uh, Rick says, I'm always jumping between traditional and digital. Mostly life has been traditional, which it can be seen in your digital work. I hear you. When I went to school for art, it was during the boom of digital stuff. So Photoshop was introduced and all those things. And we have very little along the lines of traditional work, but it was there. I feel like the majority was focused on digital. And I wish it was the opposite. I've appreciated the traditional almost after the fact. And I'm glad I discovered it when I did. And I'm glad I appreciate it as much as I do. The one thing that puts a smile on my face, but it is the realizing how much of the Pope stuff. No, dude, don't don't even worry about it, brother. Don't even worry about it. Is the Pope stuff, man? Finding the Pope stuff. Oh man, and seeing the amount of work those guys did, those artists was so good and so underappreciated by the art community. I think the collectors now appreciate them, but eh, but isn't that just artists in general? All right, he can blend in there. That could be a knee. I don't know what that's gonna be. Yeah, you don't have to hang in on both chats, my bud. You can do whichever one is more comfortable. I do it mostly to push the YouTube algorithms, to push the YouTube algorithm because they're terrible. I didn't mean that YouTube. You guys are great. Yes, man. Yeah. So I have a book there. I don't really remember how I got it. All I know is that I found it and purchased it from a thrift store through Amazon. Where is it? What's it called? What are you called? Pulp art. That's not very difficult to not remember. It's called pulp art. And just reading the history, reading how these guys, these artists, men and women, will put in a ton of work. And because there was really no value to the art, once it was printed, they would go ahead and paint over that cover. So if the artist did a cover for a pulp western, they scan it or whatever it is that they did back then to reproduce it. They give him back the canvas. He'll just cover it back up and start over. And then I read when the publishing house was losing money and they was losing space in their warehouse to get rid of certain things, people did not want those original paintings. It had thousands of dollars worth of paintings, original paintings that went straight into the garbage. Dealer Ranger, yes. I have two streams going. I have the vertical stream here that you're on, and I also have a horizontal stream where you can see my palette on my right and my the majority of my art table. If you want to check that out, there's a link above here so that you can check out. So that's why I hope you don't think that I was ignoring you because I was not. I got to stand up. This part always freaks me out when I have a standing table, an adjustable standing table, and thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rick. I have an adjustable standing table, so whenever I press the button to adjust it, I have so many things that are connected to it. I'm always expecting to just pull something off, and everything comes crashing down. So yeah, so as that tragic nature, the tragedy of that, of those artists not getting their due during their time, really does affect me when I start looking at those their artwork. It really does. There's a romanticism now when I look at them. Things that are just gone. A romanticism and a appreciation to what they've done. You know, there'd be no comic books without them. I know that much. You know, the comic book. I think people may look at the cover and see how beautiful the cover is. Open it up. You know how we are. We open it up. Oh, there's no pictures in it, and you might put it away now because with the advent of the comic book at that time, not only can you look at beautiful art on the cover, it would continue in the inside. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. It's unnecessary. It really is, but I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. That's right. See, you protect me, bud. Hey, I would love to. I don't know what the time difference is, man, but I would love for us to find a way to, if we can get a date, a schedule set up for each other. I would love to do a live stream with you. No pressure, whatever. If you're working on something, if you're not, it could be voice. I think I have a pretty small following, but they're all great peoples. They would love to hear your opinion, man. We'd love to hear your opinion and get more insight off you. And also, if there's any time you want to hawk your wares on my channel, you can do so. You can just let me know, buddy. Absolutely. So it's only 7 p.m. So you're, oh, that's right, because you're overseas, UK-ish. Absolutely. We'll absolutely figure something out. It'd be great. I know YouTube can. I think if I was to do YouTube, we can do a split screen using vertical. And then I know as also that if I use Restream, we can get both our tables. If that's the type of thing. But you know what, buddy? We'll put it. We'll not that we're gonna put a pin on it. We'll work on it because I would love to do that. Yeah, Restream is really good, but for the last 2 days, I'm gonna judge them harshly because of the last 2 days. The last 2 days, yesterday and today, trash. Absolute. Um, Bad audio, bad video, choppy video, pixelated, but everything's fine. And I'm using the same setup, so it could be just I'm using the free version. If it's free for me, it's good. So I can't complain too much, without sounding like I'm spoiled. I understand it's free. All right. I got glare because of the gouache. I gotta lift this bit. But yeah, man, that'd be really cool. I would love to do that. It's 2:30. All right. I think I was able to do what I was intending to do today. Probably gonna have another half hour or so. So I think I'm just gonna keep building up on this background. I will be free tomorrow. I'm either gonna jump on again tomorrow or I'll probably do this off screen. We'll see. We'll see how. We'll see what the good Lord has planned for me for tomorrow. I don't want to add too much there, but I need to add here. Oh, we could do that as well. That'd be great. Dude, I feel so bad. I'm really, I feel so bad. I was such a party foul. Man, but I really can't wait to see what you did. See if I can give this some blanche. I have bad shoulders, so it's hard for me to draw paint straight. But I want to give some impression of a city and flim flam. Oh, I'm losing my camera. Well, because of I just felt that we was talking about doing the collab, and I went and did it and painted it on my dime, and I was hoping I didn't think ahead, and then I felt like I did the ultimate party foul as an artist. You'll now use it against me. Okay, granted. I'll take it. I appreciate it. Thanks, then, man. Yeah, see, I got bad shoulders, so I can't paint straight. Yeah, Dealer Ranger, if you can explain what you think 6-7 stands for, then I'll acknowledge it. Other than that, I'm good. Yeah. I don't want to have it become too symmetrical, so that might not stay that way. That's funny. Yeah, I don't get it. Um, but it's just, I think a lot of it is just like I appreciate everyone that comes through. Some people have different agendas. My agenda is to sit here, draw, hang out with like minded artists or people that enjoy art and can nerd out. But yeah, I leave it there. I think we're both the same age group. We're both 69. No, 67. Yeah, I don't play that. I don't play it. We're good. Right. See if I can blend some of this. I'm too old for a lot of the stuff that comes out. But my kids are my. I have older kids. My oldest is 30, and I have twins that are in their 20s, and they they're awesome. So I don't have to suffer a lot of that stuff that's out there because they my kids are too cool for that stuff. So you know, I personally like that kind of chaotic look more than anything. That's the one thing I never really uh, can never get the consistency of gouache all the time. What did you say, bud? We had similar weird things when we were kids, right? So it is not something new. No, it's not something new at all. We have grown old and not cool. I don't know. I think we stayed cool and the kids aren't cool. So, but you're absolutely right. But I think I'm no defense lawyer, but I think Dylan Ranger is young, like really young, maybe preteen. Kids suck. Uh, and I really wish that YouTube did a better job at keeping kids away from. Again, not that we're promoting or doing anything bad, but I'm also not keen to be taking care of babysitting either. You know what I'm saying? And yes, yes, Rick Bulow said kids suck. You heard that here first. Yeah, I think that's coming out pretty good. Keep that there. Yeah, I think that's coming out pretty good. They're popping out. They're blending into the shadows. I think it's working out pretty good. Oh yeah, and there's not just kids. You're absolutely right. There's some adults that don't act. What's the expression I used to hear uh, when I used to be a clown in school? Act your age, not your shoe size. And I appreciate it because I wasn't. I kind of like looked over and saw what was going on, but I'm like focused here. So I appreciate you, man. You dropped the band hammer on him. That's supposed to be his hands. I don't want to lose that. All right, let's get some dark here. Yeah, there was in one of my earlier live streams, it was just you could just tell the person was extremely young. They were talking about Pokemon, which is fine. I ain't got no hate for Pokemon. Uh, they were trying to have me draw something while I was doing something else, and that's fine. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe some other day. I went and streamed the next day, and they came on. I was like, hey, did you do that for me yet? And I'm like, okay. I take commissions. Other than that, and then I quickly just I did what you did. I'm like, I'm not. We're not playing that. We're okay. And it was just the way they wrote and the way the character was very young, and I'm not ready for that either. I'm good. Come on, parents, watch your kids. All right, I'm gonna darken this brown. All right, I'm gonna sit down now again. tell you. Uh, you're turning 40 this year. Well, congratulations. You're still somewhat young. You were young when Pokemon first became a thing, so that yeah, it never left, guy. Okay, what's happening here? Yep. 1 second. And it appears my table is stuck in the halfway position, so I guess I'm gonna have to like squat over it and to try to finish this piece. But how much time do I have? 2:30. All right. That is hilarious. Oh, I tell you, the techno gremlins, man. Yesterday they were bothering me during the stream. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. I tell you, buddy, if it ain't one thing. It is always something, my man. My friend, it is always something. Now my table is fluctuating. Come on, buddy. All right. It was turning on and off my table was. So it got stuck on the up. So I gotta unplug it. I gotta figure out what's happening because I do not want this thing to shoot up into the ceiling while I'm sitting here. Even though that would be hilarious. All right, I gotta. I'm still in the air about if I want these ninjas to have pure white eyes or red eyes. You think red eyes will tie into this thing? I'm gonna use white for now. If we'll see. We're still experimenting at this point. the piece is pretty much cemented on how it's gonna in terms of composition. And all I'm doing here is finishing the building. I gotta have that same energy in the bottom here. That stands out, so I'm gonna have to blend that out the way I did this. I'm gonna add more dark. I want that beam of light over him more than anything. You know, one thing I don't do that I feel like I should do more often is more thumbnails, more practice sketches. I don't do it often to at all. I kind of like want the spontaneous energy while I'm working, which is probably why most of my stuff ends up in the same position or in the same pose. I'm gonna leave the music off because if I play it, I won't be able to pay attention to the time. Paint over those lines. You thinking if I add the red to it? If you had just used red on the piece, then red eyes would have been cool. But as it stands, I might not have purpose for it. I grabbed too much. I see. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because I mean, they're already there, and they're all kind of still. Everything kind of still points up to him, his face, seeing how he's so high up here. I got you. I got you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think you're right, buddy. I was just like, it doesn't show that well on screen. I think here it's a bit darker, and there's too much light on him. But I think you're right. Once I start adding a little bit darker shadows to emphasize the color in the eyes, we're gonna be all right. Where was I? Oh yeah. So yeah, man. I let me let me get my dates. My schedules. My schedule is weird. It's fluid. Honestly, the truth is I don't have a day job. This right here is my day job. I'm trying to make it my day job. But I take my oldest son to work and make sure he gets in and gets home safely until he gets his license in his car, which we are working on. So I'll get his schedule. I'll relay that to you through our DMs, and then we'll absolutely get together for April. Oh man, I can't believe it's April already. The quiet was getting to me. I put on music, but I have to make sure I do not ignore my responsibilities. This small round brush is trash too. Come on, Arteza. Maybe 50-50. I'm better off using this big old round brush. But with that said, I definitely have one more day to do this. I'll probably do it sometime tomorrow or off stream. I gotta figure out what's going on with the technology in my house. I used white, not white. I used like a pink color, a melon color, as a holding highlight, and I am regretting. Why are you so aggressive? I'm gonna have to wait for that to dry now too. One of my favorite things to do. Give it a little spritz. I'm just making myself up every day. too. I think I can start adding the color for his baton. I wanted to have it as untouched as possible so it could be sharp. Good luck with that AI stuff. Let's see if we can fix that DD there. Yes. My son was mentioning it to me today. Uh, that thing was running amok so quickly. What I mean, checks and balances, man. Honestly, like I don't. I personally don't hate the AI stuff like most people. Like I don't have a deep-seated hatred for it. It is what it is. Um, but the way people were using it was really dangerous, or had the potential of really being dangerous. And because there's no checks and balances, you know, it's like it. I'm glad. I'm glad that that happened though. Well, too much water on my brush. Now I'm pulling up layers, and now I'm gonna have to wait. Unless it dries nice, and then I'll say that I did it on purpose. But no, I don't like the way that's coming out. Oh, but maybe I can add a shine to his suit. Yeah, it can be. I think that the digital assistant ain't too bad. Maybe not give out medical advice through Chat GPT. That's like, come on, man. It shouldn't be replacing tenured doctors or tenured therapists. Um, just shouldn't. Yeah. When you start removing safeguards, like come people, we all saw Terminator together, and that's like a partial joke, you know. But we did see that movie together. We saw what can freaking happen. We seen it. Trio clock. Add some neck detail. But yeah, that was a 180 in terms of the support of it. And I heard I think Disney was going to buy OpenAI, and that kind of fell through also. But that's what greed gets you. Yeah. Well, did you? I don't know if you remember their Secret War show. Excuse me. Their intro to that show. I know that's Marvel, but that's still that's the parent company, Disney being. They used AI to do that. To do that the opening credits to that show was done using it. And if they say no, it wasn't, they lying. It absolutely is. according to me. According to me. According to me. All right. I don't want to lose this detail in here. I want it to dry. Oh, see, I'm glad I wasn't the only one because I remember watching the show. I think maybe the first or second episode, or maybe after like the honeymoon's over. You're looking at it like that's some bullshit. And I think they got flack for it. They could pretend that it was oh the story, sure, in context of the not being real and sure, it's BS. So that is funny. Man, we got that eye. The eye, man. Give me all I want from Disney is a X-Men animated movie. Oh, did they? Oh, good for them. They haven't to apologize. That's all I want. All I want is for them to create animated X-Men movie. That's it. Take my money. Take my monies. I think what I'm gonna end up doing, Rick, on the black hair is use acrylic and just a ton of that stuff is gonna be to remove that matte finish. Ah, come on, man. Come on, man. That's clever. That's clever. But two demerits. Out of principle. I won't go for black, but I'll do some burgundy. How you doing, Ike? I am doing well, buddy. Thank you for swinging through. Actually, I've been saying this for the last 20 minutes. I'm probably going to be closing out of here very shortly, but sometimes you know how it is. You get into a groove and you don't walk away. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. I'm gonna get some pure white and put a highlight on the whooping stick. I think that's a very cartoonish graphic element, something that's trying to look realistic. I don't know if it's gonna fly, but we'll see. Hold on, man. Let me see. What did he say? Uh, by the way, not sure if you remember sometime back, me and another you watch started talking about me starting to teach him a bit art wise. Well, that's what's up. And then Ike says, I love the effect of the light on the board of the figure. Thank you, sir. If you're referring to the, excuse me, the highlight or the background, sees the figure in front of the light source. Yes. I'm going to add more of this yellowish tone up here, or maybe bring some of that bluish down here. I'm still not quite sure. And Rick says I just bought him the whole beginner class of Proco, and he has been doing very well. Dude, that's awesome. First of all, the fact that you got him that is awesome in itself. Is worth its weight in gold already. That's really cool, man. That is pretty cool. So are those classes just Proco, the artist, or is Proco kind of like a collective? If you understand my question, when I think of Proco, all I think of is the face, the young man, the face of this channel. But he also has other artists that contribute. Either way, I think that's really cool that you did that. I really want to bring out that texture on that suit. I gotta finish this arm. Kind of working, but that's okay. Okay. So yeah, I kind of knew it was a collective, but that is that's really cool, man. Okay, gotcha. The same way of how to draw comics.com here was a teacher. Yep. I went back to look at some of the videos. Um, I rewatched a how to draw. I don't know if it's a how to draw, but he demoed how he drew the shadow. Oh my god, I can't speak. The Phantom, not the shadow. The Phantom, and he did a really cool one, digital of the Phantom and of Spider Man. He ended up learning a lot out of that channel. All right, I think that was my last stroke. All right. So, gents, I really do got a dip. I thank you guys for hanging out with me, Rick. I'm gonna send you that stuff via DMs to let you know my schedule for next month or for the next couple of weeks, and we'll definitely get together for a few of these streams, man. You can do what he said we was gonna do. I got a couple of other projects that I have been holding off or pulled away from that I want to jump on. Pencils, inks, and painting, so that we can do all three. But yeah, no pressure on what to do. It'll be fun just to hang out and talk to you for realsies in real time. But yeah, with that, I'm closing out. You guys have a fantastic rest of your evening. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Love you. I mean it. I see you guys in a. I might be back on tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see what the good Lord has planned. Either way, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Peace.